Hello, welcome back to the Fantasy Legion. It's Alan Sean back again. We've got
Yep, good to be back.
another rookie to talk about today. My favourite wide receiver in this class to my favourite Ceedee Lamb.
I wonder why.
I
Wouldn't happen to be a certain Dallas player, would it?
I'm still smiling at it. I mean, it's it's amazing, really. As a Dallas fan, what can I expect? And as a fantasy player, what can I expect from Ceedee?
Well, from Lamb, year one. This is very easy. Look, Lamb. I mean, again, huge surprise. Didn't expect him to go to Dallas, but when the Jets and the Raiders kind of go a different direction, he kind of felt Dallas had to make a big decision. It was either pass up on a talent like this and know that he's going to end up going to the Eagles, or take a talent like this and let the Eagles make a different decision. So they took the talent. And I personally think it will be the wisest move they have ever made, whether it's luck or whatever you want to call it. Again, a great wide receiver has landed in a great offense. In fact, actually, this is an even better offense than, Judy's landing spot for Denver. But Lamb is a fighter. And I mean that in a good way as a wide receiver. He scraps for the ball. He's tough, dedicated. He's not your traditional wide receiver for me when I look at him on tape. So he doesn't do.
What does he do differently then? So you say he's not traditional. What does he?
Look, he can run your traditional route tree, right? So he can run that if you want him to.
Yeah.
And sometimes he does. But the truth is, where he's best is when he ad-libs. So when he decides to not follow the script and this isn't being cavalier or poor technique.
Is it an instinct thing? Is it an instinct?
It's absolutely instinct. So if you see as a player drop off him an extra half a yard, he will then turn that route into a slant or a comeback route and push that defender deeper. And he does this all the time. Plus, when he's fighting, so if he has to go up and get the ball, or it's a scrap between 3 or 4 players that a difficult ball's been thrown in, how many times does he come away with a ball that I'm looking there going, I don't understand that. I don't get how he's done it. So you've now fallen to Dallas, right? So how good can he be? Okay, everybody can argue you've got Amari Cooper there, he's very good. You've got Michael Gallup, who did very well last year and all that. And we can all say, yeah, Lamb's the number 3, right? I'm going to tell you now, Lamb will be Dallas's number 1 next year, right? 100%. I mean, this guy's super talented. Why he's falling down draft boards to 7 or 8? Get shares, right? So if he drops to 7 or 8, you take that pick and you just smile like you are as a Dallas fan today. Smile away, and you got a superstar on your hands here. This is going back to the, some of the greats for Dallas now. I mean, this guy's going to be in that echelon. I mean, what an opportunity. I mean, it's a 5,000-yard offense. So year one, we could argue, okay, let's say he's the 3rd best in receiving yards. You're telling me that, can you think, I mean, Dak Prescott can get 5,000 yards passing, right? He's capable of that now. We could argue he's better than 4,000. He's going to get more than 4.5. We can debate how close to 5 or 5,000 he's going to get. Somebody's got to get those yards, and there's now some great targets for him to work with. So even if we give the tight end a nice 600 or 700 yards, we give the running back 5, I could see each of these wide receivers coming away with 1,000 plus, and we can debate what it is they end up with.
I mean, so at the very least, you'd expect him to have the Randall Cobb numbers of last year, wouldn't you, for first year?
Oh, at the very least. At the very least.
You'd say he's got to get that sort of share.
Yeah, at the very, very least. He's going to get his share of targets.
I've seen this a couple of times already because we're in quite a few leagues. But in rookie drafts, I saw Keyshawn Vaughn go before Ceedee Lamb yesterday.
Mental.
And
Sorry.
The weird thing about it is it's half-point PPR for running back catches and it's full-point PPR for wide receiver catches to make wide receivers more
valuable by more.
And someone took Keyshawn Vaughn ahead of what's going on there. Ceedee Lamb and Judy, you have the choice.
It's the classic, look, there's an opportunity. Look, if you're getting Vaughn late in a draft, like one of the last picks of the first round in a sort of a 12 or 14-man league.
You need a running back. That's fine.
I get it.
You can't
I get the opportunity.
I
don't mind taking a risk down there. It's worth probably a risk. But it is the biggest risk. It's one of the biggest risks in the first round of a rookie draft is Vaughan. Biggest risk because honestly, they are so committed to Rojo there. I mean, how he survived the draft, this year's caliber of running backs, how he survived it, you have to ask some questions. It's not as simple as Vaughan's just going to come in and take the job. It really isn't that obvious.
No,
so at this stage, I see more of a committee situation, and what that's going to shape, I don't know. But coming back to Lamb, because we'll save that for the Vaughan video. But coming back to Lamb, brilliant opportunity year one, a superb opportunity year two, Hall of Famer coming in the near future. Absolutely. Unless injury is the only thing that stops them now. He's fallen brilliantly. Love the talent, love the player, love the effort. Closest thing we'll
love the
see.
team he plays for, or
I'm not going that far. I'll be honest. No, I admire the team.
I thought you're getting carried away. You might, get on with it.
Well, I admire the team. I admire the team he plays for. I mean, I've got a soft spot for a few of the teams like Green Bay and Dallas because those teams are teams I've always looked up to as a supporter and a fan. Because obviously, being the Rams, when I first started supporting the Rams, let's be honest, we weren't winning anything when I started supporting us. I didn't pick them because we were champs or anything. I picked them because I just liked the location. And then we moved, and then we went back again. Thank God. But yeah, I admire Dallas because they are something it's the classic called America's team, and it's not because it's you aspire to have a stadium like that. You aspire to have an owner. That
I mean, I've been there twice. I mean, I absolutely loved it. It's such a great place to watch football, and
the fans get so close, and so I mean, like, all fans are passionate, of course, but you're so close to your the players you admire. You can get so close to them there at that stadium.
You can have your picture taken with them, or you could. I don't think you can.
I massively love that about what he's done. He's brought another showmanship. He's like the Barnum. He's like the Barnum of the NFL. Is your guy, and I really admire that. And it is. And there are parts of him.
Jerry Jones on his private yacht trying to make picks. I mean, it's tough life.
Yeah, it's very difficult. It's very. I know he must struggle. If you ever need a hand, Jerry, and you want me to come out, I'll fly out for you.
That could be taken the wrong way, Sean. To be honest,
that's true. He may have. Yeah, maybe.
I'm talking about being on his private yacht, and you're offering him a hand. I don't think that's the sort of thing he.
Thanks, Sal. That's ruining the Lamb value straight away.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll probably digress in a bit. So,
do you think
out of Judy and Lamb, who would you? Because it's a tough decision to make out of Judy and Lamb. Which one would you pick if you had the choice? Which one do you like more in redraft, and which one do you like more in Dynasty?
Lamb.
In both.
Both, yeah, Lamb.
Well, this year,
Lamb's going. Let me tell you why. Very simply. So, in rookie drafts, he's going later, so the value's there. You've taught me this skill. Value is king, right?
It is.
So he's going later, so that's great value. So I'm taking him. In redraft, he's going to go later than Judy, I suspect, because people are going to see a crowded target situation. And I don't mind him as my. Yeah. I'm happy to take him as my third or fourth wide receiver without problem, because if it doesn't work out, it's not bad. It doesn't hurt you. If it does work out, you've got a great dilemma. Brilliant dilemma on your hands. Am I going to play him this week or not? I mean, it's exciting. So, yeah, I'm happy. Very happy with the landing spot. Great player, great opportunity. Roll on the season. Let's hope it happens.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. Let's hope the world's treading in the right way, and we get.
And for him and Judy, and if you haven't seen the Judy video, go check it out. The same rule applies here. Normally, the wide receivers need a lot of time behind the scenes to become acquainted with the quarterback and the playbook and things like that. But with these top two guys, they won't have any time getting acquainted with what's going on. They just seem ready for me. Very, very ready.
I might have to be, because the chances of the sort of pre-season, that's going to be limited, isn't it?
Yeah, and it can hold them back a bit, and I'm not denying that, but it's an opportunity that these players will pick up quick enough and going to go from strength to strength. Exciting situation, Lamb.
Yeah, you'll certainly. I mean, there's bound to be players that come back and they're not in shape because they've had a longer off season than normal because of the situation. They can't get out and do whatever. I know a lot of them are rich enough to have their own gyms and things, but you just don't know. There will be the odd idiot that thinks that millions of dollars is a good reason to throw away your job and not get in shape. So,
he's going to do very well for you guys. You've landed a really nice player there in the first round, and it's going to be exciting to watch him develop.
I mean, imagine how big Eddie Lacy is at the minute. He's in all day. He'd be like me.
Eddie. Well, yeah. I mean,
When's he
there were
making
times, there were rumours in the NFL. You might be Eddie Lacy's brother. I know that sounds hard to believe, but
Yeah,
it was floating around.
he's bigger brother as well at that.
Quite
Anyway,
possibly.
I think we might have digressed again here. I think we've come to talk about Ceedee Lamb, not my eating habits.
Yeah, that's why you brought up the Eddie Lacy comparison, because if Eddie was there, he would have eaten lamb, wouldn't he?
He's a man. He is a sort of professional set in my sort of my build. So,
but to give you final thoughts, it's an excellent landing spot, perfect situation, exciting to watch. I'm really excited to see what he does there. So, yeah.
And well, good luck with your Jerry Jones invitation. I hope that new line of work goes well. And if you've enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe for more, and we'll see you on the next one.
See you on the next one.